When I'm on the phone with my mom or a 988 operator, I'm usually telling a story about how somebody threatened to murder me. This was a story that happened 5 years ago, and it has been a nonstop uh, emotional problem for me that I lost terribly. I lost everything because of this family who uh, talked me into oblivion, and then I apparently said things that were unforgivable, and I don't agree because I think that everything can be forgivable, and I keep talking to these 98 efforts because like I went uh, 21 years without ever feeling suicidal, and then I meet this girl whose dad is suicidal, and I have to walk on eggshells around them while she is doing some of the most inconsiderate, uh, I guess, uh, lying and power moves to try to uh, control her life, forcing me to uh, follow her lead when I was older and I was more educated and I had more friends and I had more money and I was doing everything that I could do to be successful and listening to podcasts and filling my ears with the correct information. And she was definitely doing all that too, but there was only so much that we could exchange that was compatible information. She stuck her neck out for me. She tried to help me because she thought that I was being bullied. But the reason they were bullying me is because I was talking about her. And so if I had never met her, these people wouldn't be bullying me. So I can't blame her for her existence per se, but I can definitely complain about the situation. And I know that complaining is a sin, and I've been learning about all the different types of sin. But I have to get my voice out there and say something because I can't keep just saying stuff to the 988 operator. I have tried to kill myself multiple times because I just am so exhausted with this person, with this family, with my family. I keep saying the same stories over and over and over and over and over again, and I am getting nowhere. And I feel like I have wasted the last 5 years of my life saying these stories and talking about this content, and I am being like gaslighted and made to feel like my truth isn't the actual truth, and I'm like wrong for wanting money, for wanting power. There's nothing wrong with wanting money and wanting power. Like, fuck you. I want money, I want power. I know that it's not like maybe godly to want power, but like I mean to not have any power? What is that? What kind of world is that to not have any power? That's, I mean, we're talking about like electricity even. Like, of course I want electricity from my electronic devices. If I didn't have this computer and this plugin, I wouldn't even be able to record this video and post it. And that's power. I need power. Everybody needs power to some degree. I don't want to question myself and make myself to think that I have some sort of mental illness when I was just simply treated unfairly. I was bullied. I was misunderstood, and they knew it. They felt guilty for what they did, and they gave me a second chance to like try to get better. And because I had only talked to 98 operators and my mother and journaling, I hadn't gotten my heart cleansed of all of the resentful thoughts that I had. And so if I had actually recorded them when this happened, I think I would have been ready to forgive them when they came back to me trying to make me feel better. Um, I think I would have actually stayed and I wouldn't have walked away, uh, which was a big mistake for sure. I didn't want to walk away because like I did respect these people, even though they wanted to murder me. I respected their power. I respected their authority, and I wanted to listen to them, and I wanted to learn, about the medical field for my business. I wanted to learn about the medical field, and then this girl was somebody that we were in the same orientation group together, and this other lady says, "Oh, you two should get married," and I kind of thought that that was hilarious that somebody would say that at that time in my life because I was at a very unique artistic singularity that I then met my match in her eyes. And we talked for 10 months about ourselves and our lives. And we created this whole life story together. Um, and we talked about my tattoos as well, which I can't believe I didn't make a YouTube video about this, but the 12 Rules for Life by Dr. Jordan Peterson. I'll make a YouTube video where I explain all of that. But I have been talking to other people. I've been talking to my friends, my family, and telling the same stories over and over and over again. And I just can't believe I haven't recorded any of it. And I just am, I'm very disappointed in myself for not saying this stuff out loud on a recording. And I guess I'm really praying that it's not too late, that I have some sort of justice at this point. But I should have been doing this years ago, recording all this stuff instead of just screaming into the void. Because that's what it is. When you're talking to other people, you're not making progress. You're screaming into the void. It is not real. We only exist on the internet, really. I mean, yeah, there's other types of networking events, and you go to your job in person. But if you don't have an online presence, you don't exist, in my opinion. So that's what this video is for. I want to exist. I have to exist. Like that seems like a bare minimum. I'm not going to be famous. I'm probably not going to be the president of the United States, but the bare minimum, I'm going to exist.